We already discussed a little bit how React Native is used and how it works. Today we are going to install and set up our development environment. Let's check the website. Here we can see that you can choose your development OS, Mac, Linux or Windows. I'm on a Mac, so let's use Mac here. We should have Xcode, so if you don't have Xcode, you should install it from Apple Store. It's also important to have Android Studio. It will help you to create Android virtual machines and to set up your Android environment. Let's install Node, Watchman, and React Native CLI. I'm already have Node here. Let's install Watchman. Watchman reacts to changes in source code files. It basically watches for file changes and trigger actions based on those changes. Let's install React Native CLI globally. Also, if you don't have Google Chrome, I recommend installing it, because it allows you to debug your app easily. Okay, with this we are good to create our first application. Let's use React Native CLI to create our first application. The command is React Native init and the name of our project. In this case, my first project. It basically downloads some npm packages and it creates a basic structure for our application. It takes some time. Let's check our project. Here we are going to use Nuclide, that is basically Atom. You can use VI, Atom, Sublime, or any text editor you want. Facebook has built Nuclide based on Atom. We'll talk about it in another episode, but I want you to be aware of it. It helps you to debug inside the text editor using Chrome Debugger. Keep that in mind. You don't need Nuclide. You can just use Chrome Debugger and your preferred text editor. Nuclide just makes it easier to set some breakpoints and add some others nice things. Here you can see all the files the generator has created. Let's run our project. React Native run iOS. Here is building our app. It runs our app in a Node server here, and the simulator should pop up in your screen like that. Nice. We have our application running on iOS here. To run it on Android, you can download Android Studio and set up your Android virtual device. Another common way is to use Genymotion. Genymotion is an Android emulator which runs as a virtual machine, and in some cases it's faster than a real device. I have downloaded Genymotion, and I will build and run the application on my virtual Android phone. So the command to run Genymotion is just React Native run Android. Here it's my Nexus 6 from Genymotion. Here we can see it's installed my APK on my Google Nexus 6. Awesome! So we have our application up and running on iOS and Android. In the next episode we'll take a look in the project structure where our component style file should be located. You can also try React Native Play. Basically it allows you to run React Native in the browser. It's super cool. So it was basically that. Hope you enjoy it.